Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Bajo channel, home of self-care, wellness, and every and anything that'll help you to become the best, greatest, powerful, most powerful version of yourself. And I'm really excited about how the channel is moving forward and just being able to share, being able to read your comments, being able to, just correspond with you and just grow in this endeavor of taking care of ourselves. They always say, find what you're passionate about and you'll never work a day in your life. And I believe that so much because when you love what you do, and one of the things I found in my life that I love so much is self-care and wellness and empowering people while I empower myself. And I also love beauty and culture, fashion, anything that empowers and allows us to feel better, to think better, to aspire higher. So, I'm excited. I'm excited. Even sometimes, even when I'm exhausted and I've worked all day and I did all of these other things, I'm so excited to come here and do this. I love it. And so today we're going to continue, just building on our self-care narrative in different ways that we can truly empower ourselves. And the topic for today is going to be positioning. That topic has come to my consciousness so many times within the last 5 years, just having this sharper, more focused understanding of positioning. Now, I want to start the conversation just by some basic understanding of what I mean when I'm saying positioning. I've learned that in my life that so many times I have allowed things to take place in my life and to me, not necessarily because I was around bad people or people who were not the best company for me at the time, but a lot of it had to do with the way I positioned myself. You know what I mean? When you think about positioning, right? Just think about some basic concepts of positioning. Have you ever been to, let's compare two stores. Have you ever been to, say, a Gucci store, maybe? And maybe to Walmart? They're both very profitable stores. They both are. But if you notice how the product positioning differs, when you go into like a Gucci store or a Louis Vuitton store or maybe like a, like one of those higher end stores, Chloe or Christian Dior, it's an entirely different atmosphere. First of all, they're going to position you differently because of the way they have everything in their store set up. When you come into their store, their products are partially positioned to it oozes this ideal of luxury and affluence and power and wealth, right? Whereas when you go to Walmart, their products are more positioned to more or less economical access, budget friendly, discounts and sales and coupons, and it's catering to a more budget friendly, a budget conscious individual. Whereas Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Christian Louboutin, all of those higher end brands, they're catering to the ideal of luxury and power and wealth. And so when their consumer come into the store, right, they already know exactly what to expect. Now, I'm using that analogy to set the framework for this conversation. You also have to position yourself. We always position ourselves, actually. It's just the way it's happening and the results that you're getting that makes you to rethink how you do this. It's been many times that I have questioned why certain things happen to me or why certain outcomes are manifesting in my life. And I had to look at how I positioned myself for that event or for that circumstance to even be able to play out. As it relates to our self-care, right? When you make up in your mind that I'm going to take care of myself first and that I am going to make myself a priority, there are certain things that you have to do in order to position yourself for success. It's an entire mind shift. Anytime you're taking on any type of new endeavor, your mind has to shift and kind of reframe and relearn all of the things or all of your previous programmings in order to allow something new to even come in. When you're trying to up the ante with your self-care, let's just talk about what you're eating, right? Let's just go basic right this second in terms of positioning. When you're positioning yourself for success in terms of what you eat, right? There are certain stores you will start to travel to, certain areas in the store. Like you'll find yourself more positioned in the produce, the fruits, the more natural products, because you're understanding that this is what I have to now create the atmosphere in my house or my kitchen to look like. Like if you saying that I want to become healthier and I have to definitely eat better, right? You can't continue to buy foods that have no nutritional content or no nutritional value and you load them up in your house and you expect to be successful at what you're doing. It does not work like that. You have to position yourself to win. And that's what I mean. Everything is about positioning. If I'm trying to eat better, if I'm trying to drink more water, if I'm trying to drink more water, at the beginning of the week, I make sure my house is fully equipped with all the water that I need because I'm positioning myself to win. When it comes to people, in terms of self-care, when you're trying to think on a higher level and you're trying to change your perspective, you cannot continue to have these low vibration conversations, right? And you're expecting to win in your self-care in terms of elevating your thought. You have to position yourself around people, places, things that's going to support you to win. And I always talk about things that you can control. There are many things that you can control, and there are many things that you cannot control. Positioning yourself is one of those things that you can absolutely 100% control. Even if it's not necessarily physical positioning that you can control at that moment, you can always control your mental positioning. If you want to lift your life to the next level, whatever that might look like for you, what you surround yourself around or what you allow to surround itself around you, either way, it's still you're going to be influenced. Don't you understand that when you surround yourself around higher vibration conversations, your conversations become better and your thoughts become better, your behavior become better. All of this stuff is domino effect. You see yourself growing more. You having conversations now that's exposing you to different things or genres or fields of study that your mind never even could imagine prior to that type of exposure. It's all about how you position yourself. When I was in school, when I was younger and I was in school and I would get myself in trouble, which was pretty often, one of the things the teacher did for me is move me away from my local, my current classmates, because she found that when I'm around them that I move differently and I act differently. And it was true. Even though I was upset with her, and even though I felt like she was being completely unfair, you have to remove yourself and you have to retrain and rethink this thing before you can say, I want to be successful. One thing I've learned is when you're looking for success in anything that you're trying to do, you have to take some type of an action. It doesn't necessarily have to be a physical action. Oftentimes, it's a mental shift. It's a mental change in how I'm going to position myself to win. If I'm trying to get better financially, right, I'm going to position myself so that whatever income that I am making, I'm allocating certain things to either pay off certain things. I'm not going to purchase higher price items that I don't need. I'm going to minimize all of my excessive expenditures. I'm changing. And so the purpose of this conversation in terms of positioning, I just want you to understand that you are in control of that positioning. You really, really are. When you position yourself to win in your self-care journey, you are reading more books that's going to empower you. That's a position that you're taking. When you're getting up early to pray and to meditate, that's a position that you're taking. You're creating this position that would, and here's the thing. I found that for me, when I am praying and I'm asking God to help me or bless me with something or show me something or give me clarity or open the door for me in certain things or this, that, and the third, or whatever the case may be, I realized that I had to place myself in a position even to hear and receive what it is that he's saying. Because sometimes if you're so busy and you so convoluted with everything else that's going on, even if God is trying to give you something or bust you in the head with something, you so out of position that you can't even receive. You got to be in a position to receive everything. And you have to be in a position to create the life. You have to get in position to create the life that you want for yourself. I do understand that we do live in a culture where people are more excited and they're comfortable with just, accepting things as is. I have friends and they are my friends. And I have people who I've known. I have family members that they kind of let life happen to them, opposed to, putting yourself in a place where you could create certain things in your life. They kind of like sit back and they take this more of this more comfortable position, a passive position, to allow things to kind of, pass them by, or it just happened, or the woe is me kind of spirit, or whatever the case may be. But I am saying in this conversation, in this context that we are having, you are in control of the position that you take in your life. You are in control. If you don't like something that's happening, reposition yourself. Reposition yourself. Let's see how that goes. Maybe you cannot, oftentimes, the majority of the times, I want to say 100% of the time, you cannot control other people. You cannot control what they think. You cannot control what they do. You cannot control anything about anybody else. The only person you can control is yourself. And that, my darling, in itself is a lifelong exercise and journey that we all have to attend to. We have to. We cannot take a default position and expect great things to happen to us. It doesn't work that way. A lot of times when you see things happening to you that you're not happy with, check where you have positioned yourself at. Where are you going at? If you're not looking or feeling healthier, let's see how you're positioning yourself around your food content. If you're feeling down, depressed, anxiety, whatever the case may be, you just not feel like you're growing mentally, look at the people you're positioning yourself with. Look at the conversations you're positioning yourself around. Look at what you're being exposed to. What books are you reading? Have you read a book? How about that? It's a position. Because you could take a position to not take a position, and that's still a position. Not taking a position is still a position. You're being positioned all the time. So if that is the case, why not we position ourselves in a place where we win? Where we at least see in progress. I have made up my mind a long time ago that I have to hold myself accountable for whatever happens. And especially in terms of what I can do about certain things. Certain things I cannot. But guess what? The majority of things, I can. And for those things, that's what I'm going to pay attention to. And for the things that I cannot control, I pray and I say, God, you do what you do best. And good night. And I'm going to sleep. One thing I'm so grateful for, that in this life, right? God is never taken by surprise by anything that happens. It's so fact. Like, we are shocked and stunned to our core, but he's not. And even though I don't understand everything, it doesn't feel good, I just understand that he knows everything. How about that? I don't know everything. You don't know everything, but he knows everything. So what I can't control, I'm going to drop it over there. But what I can, where he's given me the fortitude to control and to manipulate and to move to whatever, I'm going to take advantage of that spot. Hello. Most of the things that we do, I really do want you to take a look at how you have positioned yourself and to see if you make some adjustments consistently. I'm not saying, that's why I don't like faddish things. Because faddish things cause people to run and herd to one certain thing so, so powerfully, so forcefully, and then it all fizzles out and it dies. I'm talking about a slow, steady, consistent pop, 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 no matter what. You shifting, you're moving, you moving, you're doing this, pop, 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 pop. Consistently, no matter what, no matter if you feel like it, no matter if you're happy, no matter if you're sad, no matter what's going on, the positioning, you're being conscious of putting yourself in a place to win in your self-care journey. I want to thank you so much for listening today. I'm excited and I appreciate every single person who have subscribed to this channel and that's following and that's listening. I thank you so much. If you have something to say, drop it in the comments and share. That's what this platform is about. We share. We're sharing and we're building each other. And if it's something that you want to talk about or maybe create a series about on this channel, drop that in the comments as well. Hit our notification button. Just stay connected. I am grateful and I am thankful. I appreciate you for listening to me today. And this is the Bajo channel, the home of self-care, wellness, and anything that will empower you to become the greatest and most dopest version of yourself. Just remember this before I go, that self-care is the best care. Later.